Morning student. Today we will see reproduction in lower and higher animal. Last lecture we have seen reproduction in lower and higher plant. Now we will see reproduction in lower and higher animal. First one, reproduction. We know that the reproduction is one of the major life process of any living organism. It helps in maintaining the continuity of the species. Reproduction is defined as the biological process of formation of a new life forms pre-existing similar life. It does become a vital process which enables the species to survive over long period, even though the individual or organism live naturally for a limited period of time, that is their lifespan. In human reproductive system, gametogenesis and fertilization, early embryology, partition, and reproductive health. Reproduction is the reproduction in animals or animal occurs mainly by two methods, that is asexual and sexual. In that last chapter, in that reproduction in plant, we have seen the sexual, asexual, and vegetative reproduction. Now we will see in that reproduction in animal, asexual and sexual reproduction. First one, asexual reproduction in animals. It is common method among the lower animals. It does not involve meiosis nor the gametes formation and fusion. The formation of progeny is by single parent only and does not involve both the sex. So it is called the asexual reproduction. The progeny or daughter cell are genetically identical to the single parent and are also referred to as clones. The lower animal reproduce asexually by gemule formation and budding. Now we will see the gemule formation and budding. So first one, gemule formation. Gemule is an internal bud formed only in sponges. The gemule is formed to overcome unfavorable condition. On return of favorable condition of water and temperature, the gemule hatch and develop into a new individual. Example, Spongilia. Now we will see this figure of the gemule formation. This is the micropyle. These are the monoaxon spacules. This is the inner membrane, this is outer membrane, and this one is the archaeocytes. So next one is budding. It is a simple method of asexual reproduction normally occurring in favorable condition. In Hydra, a small outgrowth is produced toward the basal end of the body. It developed as a bud which grows and forms tentacle and develops into a new individual. This process is called budding. Example of Hydra. We will see that in figure. This is the bud. This is the plant Hydra and this is the bud formation. In that next there is the bud is developing. Next, fully mature bud. These are developed fully mature bud, and these young bud are separate from the hydra. This is the budding. Now we will see sexual reproduction in plant. In that asexual reproduction we will see gemule formation and budding. Now we will see sexual reproduction in animal. Sexual reproduction is the production of new organism forms to parent by making use of their sex cell or gamete. Sexual reproduction is the production of new organism from two parents by making use of their sex cell or gametes. It is the process which involves the production of springs by the formation and fusion of gametes. It is called the amphixis. The sexually reproduction animal shows two main phases in their lifetimes. The earlier juvenile phase mainly represent physical growth phase starting from birth. The animal cannot reproduce sexually in this phase. The later reproductive maturity phase is attained usually after physical growth is almost over. The animals cannot reproduce sexually in this phase. The later reproductive maturity phase is attained usually after physical growth is almost over. It involves growth and activity of the sex organ. The animal can reproduce sexually in this phase. Both these periods are of variable duration in different animal. After attaining sexual maturity, the animal exhibits various events, namely pre-fertilization, fertilization, and post-fertilization event. The sexually reproducing animal shows various breeding pattern. Now we will see human reproduction. Humans are sexually reproducing animal. The The process of reproduction involves various sequential steps such as a gametogenesis, insemination, internal fertilization, zygote formation, and embryogenesis and gestation and parental. The gamete, sperm, and egg are produced by the primary sex organ testis in male gamete and ovary in female. In that male there is male gamete, sex organ and testis, and ovary in female. Organ other than testes and ovary are called secondary sex organ of the male and female. Now we will see male reproductive system. This is the figure of male reproductive system. This is the urinary bladder, this is the urethra, this is the seminal vessel, this is the prostate gland, this is the bulbar tetral gland, this is the testicle, this one is the urethra, this is the gland pens, this one is the epidermis, this is the arterial tissue of pens, this is Van's defense, this upper is viper duct, and this is the vas deferens. We will see that we have seen this figure in 11th and 10th standard. It consists of the primary male organ called the test, the accessory ducts and glands which forms internal and external genitalia. Now first one we will see testes. A pair of testes, mesodermal in origin, are formed in the lower abdominal cavity. They are located in a pouch called scrotum. Each testis is oval in shape, 4 to 5 cm long, 2 to 3 cm wide, and 3 cm thick. This is the testis. Histological of testis. The testis is externally covered by the collagenous connective tissue layer called the tunica albugina. Outer to it outer to it is an incomplete peritoneal covering called tunica vaginalis, and inner to it is tunica vasculosa. A thin membrane and vascular layer. Fiber from Fibers from tunica albugina divides each testis into 200 to 300 testicular lobules, each with 1 to 4 coiled. A thin membrane acts and vascular layer, each with 1 to 4 highly coiled seminiferous tubules. Next is accessory duct. The accessory duct include raised testes, vasa efferentia, vasa deferens, and urethra. All the seminiferous tubules of the testes at the posterior surface from a network of tubules called the raised testes. 12 to 20 fine tubules arising from the raised testes are vasa efferentia. They carry the sperm from the testes and open into the epididymis. It is a long and highly coiled tube which is differentiated into an upper caput, middle corpus, and lower cauda epididymis. The sperm undergo maturation in epididymis. Next one, glands. The male accessories gland are as follows. There are the two types, seminal vessel and prostate gland. Seminal vessel, it is a pair of gland lying on the posterior side of urinary bladder. It secrete an alkaline seminal fluid which contain fructose prostaglandins. It contributes 60% of total volume of semen. Fructose provide the energy of sperm movement, while fibrinogenesis the semen into the bowls for quick propulsion in the vagina. So next is prostate gland. It is a large and single gland made up of 20 to 30 lobes and is located underneath the urinary bladder. It surrounds the urethra and releases a milky and whity and slightly acidic prostate fluid into the urethra. It forms about 30% of volume of semen. It contains citric acid and acid phosphate and various other enzymes. And last one is the semen. It is the viscous alkaline and milky fluid ejaculated by the male reproductive system. It contains the secretion of the epididymis and the accessory gland for the nourishing and activation of our movement. Normally 2.5 to 4.0 ml of semen is given out during a single ejaculation, and it contains about 400 million sperms.